Today I'm going to be talking about money, the importance of money, the importance of understanding our relationship with money, and money and spirituality, and how they seem to be and appear to be pushing against each other from what I see in the spiritual community. We have so many unconscious negative beliefs when it comes to money. The mistranslation of the Bible being one of them, money being the root of all evil. But the specific, when we break that down and look into that, it's the love of money is the root of all evil. It's the love of money, which is not harmonious. When we prioritize money over every other thing, that is when we become unbalanced. But God wants us to have a rich, abundant life, which is actually follows that quote right there a little bit later on within that story. God wants us to have richly all things to enjoy. So we need to undo a lot of stuff. We need to undo this relationship with money, spirituality. We have to forget about the stupid school-like foolish notion that there is a virtue in poverty. Sometimes it's crazy, really crazy, interesting, wonderful, illuminating of how our ego shows up within the spiritual journey. And our relationship with money is one of them. Our ego is running the show when we start thinking or moving towards not having enough is an act for God, and this is service for my spiritual journey. Even though under the tone of that, everything is perfect, everything's aligned. So when we're going through that belief, thought processes, thought patterns involve that's cool. It's all, everything's there for us to learn from. But now we're time to start rattling that cage just a little bit, to start questioning the dogma and falsehood that's within the spiritual path. Because we can have lots of money and it'd be totally fine. A good analogy for this is electricity can either burn your house down or light it up. Everything has an intention and an energy behind it, and money is no different. Money is just another rich form and substance of the universe. At its deepest, it is just another expression of God. A great author back in the day, quoted, "Money is God in action." Money is God in action. We can have abundance and be prosperous in every single area of our life. We don't have to be haggard, broke, scared, fearful of where everything's coming from. The important words I've just used there are fearful. Money and fear go very much hand in hand. We can be fearful when we have money that we're going to lose it. We can be fearful when we don't have money. We can be fearful and angered when other people have more money than us. When you really feel into your journey with money, and I mean deeply, truly feel into it, and even saying the word money is very beneficial. Saying the words, "I love money," just say that affirmation and see what it brings up for you. When you start to say these words, you'll actually discover, more often than not, that it brings up a fuck ton of resistance. It brings up so much resistance. It brings up so much fear, shame, guilt. Money and our relationship with money can actually bring us back down the scale. The map of consciousness is a perfect visual representation of our map of money. When we spend money when we're in fear, it's not in line with our highest truth. But when we spend money that's in line with the love of God and the benefit of others, myself, others, and the highest good, the world we see and experience that's reflected is totally different. It's all about your intention with it. You can have a loving intention and have lots of money. We just need to trial that out a little bit more, because up to this point, it's been very much rich people are bad, poor people are good, And you can just feel how childlike this is, these limiting beliefs, these individual beliefs and collective beliefs we have about money. You just feel how naively childlike it is when you break it down like that, in a black and white fashion, and it's not black and white at all. But because those limiting beliefs have been so prevailing over eons of time, that scarcity, lack, survival mindset is very much reflected with our relationship with money. We just haven't had an example of people being wealthy that are coming from and speaking from a deep connection with God and Source as love, abundance, infinite prosperity in all avenues of life, not just money. But this video is about money. We've distilled it down into that subject because it's so important. I feel talking about money is really, really important, especially when it comes to the healing spiritual journey, because I feel like there's so much falsehood in where there should be an abundance of truth in spiritual communities. There needs to be a reevaluation of where we're going. We need to reevaluate our relationship with God, our provider. We need to reevaluate our emotional framework when it comes to money and be really honest with ourselves and see where those old survival paradigm patterns are playing out within our relationship with money. The power comes with questioning those. For you now to start questioning your life, to feel into how my words may have brought something up within you just talking about this subject. And that's okay. Where our triggers are is where the work and growth is. We need our attention and awareness brought to there. So, money. I love money. Say it. I love money. Money is spiritual goodness. Money is God in action. Money is a beautiful resource. An infinite substance of the universe is available to me at all times, and it's okay for me to want more of it. Really powerful affirmations. Thank you for being here right now with me, receiving this message. This has been one of the most powerful parts of my journey, a continuous revelation of limiting beliefs coming up to the surface, individual, then that collective survival paradigm coming up to be recognized and healed through. This is a major part of the spiritual journey that is just another representation of what needs to be healed through. Thank you, my friends, for receiving this again. Sending you so much love on your money journey. And I can't wait to see you in the next video.